Hello Tython, Killer Clouds here. I'm going to give you a Q2 mid-quarter update. Very quickly, I'm just going to give you an update on the topics listed here. Welcome to the players who have joined us since the beginning of April. I think I've got all the names correctly written here, and you will recognize them because all of them have made an immediate impact both in Discord and in our game modes, Territory Battle and Territory Wars. Really excited to have you gentlemen on board. Please continue to contribute, speak openly, give us ideas, and look forward to more from you in the future. Darkside Geo Territory Battle is right around the corner, and I want to make sure everybody is in sync with our goals for the next Territory Battle. We've looked at a lot of the reports from the last Territory Battle, and the TB officers have discussed what will take us to the next plateau, which is 27 stars and more than 40 watch shards. Here's how we're going to do it. Every player must subscribe to a minimum of 30 combat waves. All of us can do it. Most of the guild is already there, and a few members of the guild who aren't there have been actively working on their dark side tunes. So I feel very comfortable in saying that everybody should be at 30 waves or more, barring something from CG, a forced game close, something along those lines. We've also done a lot of reporting against 500k GP bands from 2 million and up. So we have some more guidance to give to players so that they can actually measure their teams and see how they're doing relative to their GP band. From a WOC point of view, all of us should be able to attempt this mission now. So we're looking for 50 player attempts, and we'll be publishing a guide to help people with the techniques, strategy, mods, even tune order, if you will, that are needed to jump up the probability of earning a watch shard from maybe a coin flip to 90, 95, 99% of the time getting it. We are looking for anybody who doesn't have Bastilla Fallen to farm her. And the reason is, if you haven't followed along in our previous TVs, we have a lot of very powerful players with DR Malik squads who use her. Why break up those squads? Why not let those power players go ahead and maximize their combat mission waves by having the rest of us who don't have Darth Revan, don't have Malik, farm and platoon Bastilla. Doesn't hurt our squads at all and only helps the guild. Also, everybody in the guild should be focusing on the General Grievous Separatist Droid squad. Bastillatano has spoken at length on this on Discord. We will continue to talk and explore this squad more. It's not only good for us in the other game modes, for us to advance to 28, 29, and 30 stars in Geo TB, it is an absolute must. There are special missions that are specifically geared towards this squad that you cannot even attempt without this squad in play. And just like Geos were for our guild a few months ago, very versatile, very powerful, a differentiator. GG Separatist Droids are our next squad of that ilk. Everybody should be farming it, everybody should be gearing and equipping it, and everybody should be getting the satisfaction out of seeing our opponents banging their heads and trying to clear those zones, and the satisfaction out of getting more and more combat waves because you have the squad in your arsenal. And finally, to our power players out there who are already conquering Darkside Geo TB at a really high level, continue on and see if you can challenge yourself to do better by maybe challenging a peer. So we will roll out some reporting from the last Geo TB so people can see exactly where they fall. See if you can find a friend and challenge that person to a duel this upcoming Geo TB and see who gets the most CMs. Best man, may the best man win, or woman. We also have a reinvigorated focus on TW, and that's because we've crossed into 180 million tier. As a guild, we're at 187 as I speak. By the time you hear this message, we might even be at 188, 189, knocking on the door of 190. And that with that tier comes much better rewards, more chirotech to get our tunes up to relic levels, more get 2 so that we can quickly get to a 7-star negotiator or malevolence, and then flip the switch or flip the script and start farming the other ship that we didn't get. We're doing it with 50 people signing up and contributing. We've got just amazing defensive roadmaps that change depending on the opponent that we see. So huge shout out to all of our TW officers who are real time looking at the opponent and giving us ideas as to the best way to counter that opponent. And a big shout out to all the players who now have Galactic Legends. The more of those that we get into the guild, just the absolute strength that we're going to build as a guild in TW. We've also got attackers that are the best, across the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes galaxy. People who love getting in there, running with known counters, running with squads that have top mods on them, and just decimating the opponent in one fell swoop. Love watching them. We've got a lot of knowledge on these counters, and as a guild, we're likely to full clear every TW, and this the probability of us full clearing will just continue to go up as we keep increasing the strength of our squads. And we're likely to build, we're likely to beat, I would say, approximately 75% of the guilds of our size, or even up to 200 million, 210 million. But our challenge, because in Tython 75% is not good enough, our challenge is to be 95% or above. We can't necessarily be 100%. There are going to be guilds that are like us, but have been doing it longer than us, so they're just going to be a bit better. But 95% plus is where we were running into this 180 million tier. So that is our goal. And the way we reach that is through strong mods, which we'll talk about, more overpowered defensive and offensive teams, everybody, all 50 players, having their Discord notifications on so they're at the ready to be able to swoop in, attack with certainty, and then get back to their real life stuff. Staying patient, not assuming that out of the 50 players, only 20 are going to be attacking, and those 20 players feeling the stress of needing to attack to be able to clear zones, because we do have 50 players, so we do have 50 attackers. As a guild, we will fight preloading. So if you haven't fully embraced the concept of never preloading, we'd like to educate on this topic. We'd like to improve this. We would like to be the guild that never ever preloads and commits to our fellow players that we will never preload, again, barring something unforeseen happening on our phone or with our game. And finally, we're going to start to educate ourselves on certain tunes that should not be left standing in certain squads. So what we're finding is that there are some squads where we used to say, if you beat a tune, go ahead and publish that attack, but now we're seeing that, hey, Nest is still standing on certain places where it's actually worse having Nest standing in the way that she's standing than just exiting the attack and saying, yeah, I was able to beat 1 or 2 tunes, but I'm not going to publish my attack because the next player going in is going to have a tougher time with this. I'll close the mid-quarter update with talking about mods. We are going to spend the entire summer working on the mods process. I think several of our players who are doing incredible work in their various arenas, in TW, clearing immense amount of waves in TB, basically exemplify why mods matter. Mods are the differentiator at the level that we're at. So I think getting to this level, getting tunes to relic levels, putting zetas on the correct tunes and the correct zetas, putting squads together with a lot of synergy, basically checked all the boxes. But now we're at a point where if we really want to win every TW, if we want 2.5 to 3 million GP accounts clearing 40, 45, 50 waves in TB, if you want to win every Grand Arena matchup that you get into, again, barring a Galactic Legend showing up against you, mods are the way to do it. Mods requires a process to do well, but guess what? We supply that process. Mods require subject matter expertise, people who really know what they're doing and can answer questions, no matter how simple the question or how complicated the question is. Well, guess what? We've got them too. So really the ask to all of you is, let's make this a habit. Let's embrace the idea of mods. It is challenging at first, but given that we're a results-oriented group, and given that you've invested so much already into this game, why not invest just a little bit more to take everything that you've built and make it overpowered? Make it something where you can relish the opportunity of getting into a battle in Grand Arena, Squad Arena, Fleet Arena, Territory War, Territory Battle, and know with almost certainty that you are going to win the day and clear the board. That's my mid-quarter update, Tython. Really proud of the efforts that have been put in by everybody in this guild. This is an exciting place to be, exciting place to game, and this is a lot of fun for all of us who love Star Wars. So I hope you're having as much fun as me. There'll be a very big Q3 update in roughly a month. Enjoy the month of June. We've gotten a lot of Zetas this past month free of charge from CG. Surprise, surprise. I was certainly surprised by that. So July, I think June is going to be a great month with a lot more Zetas being applied. Again, I hope everybody's having fun. Thanks for listening. Game on, Tython.